David Purdum of ESPN Chalk is here on NFL opening eve. Tell us about that and many other things. Those numbers are uncanny. They basically tell you in the long run, look, the house has got you.
Yeah, absolutely. It means we're in a lot of trouble for sure for the bettors. But I did ask a couple of wiser math guys than I about what those numbers meant to them. And one reaction was simply good bookmaking. They're good at setting the odds of a binary choice. Another one said that the betting market is pretty good at eliminating any biases towards favorites or underdogs. Overall, though, kind of like you mentioned, I don't think there's any meaningful takeaway here. It's just kind of a uncanny, remarkable stat.
Well, there's the vig there. Okay, Super Bowl favorites. As we await this season, you still have a chance to bet on Super Bowl favorites if you want them. Take us through the number of bets, for example, at some of the larger Vegas books.
Yeah, at the Westgate Superbook, the team that's generating the most attention to win the Super Bowl is the Rams. They have more bets than any other team, and they have more money wagered on them than every team except for one, the Packers. The Packers are getting the most money to win the Super Bowl at the Westgate. So the betting public is definitely on those two teams.
All right, so everyone's always looking for a system. Do you bet the players? Do you look at the coaches? Among all the coaches in the league, head coaches, who's your best against the number?
That would be Vikings coach Mike Zimmer. He's covered the spread in 68% of his games as a head coach, which is pretty incredible. Now, I don't think Coach Zimmer knows the point spread or intentionally tries to cover the number, but that record does show that his teams generally exceed the betting market's expectations. So he's been strong there.
Oh, you've just sent all sorts of people to their phone in Jersey with that one. All right, but before you make any rash decisions with your whip out here, let's talk about Bill Belichick. All right, he's got rings upon rings. He's a genius, Hall of Famer, the coach of all time. But what is he best at when it comes to these numbers?
He's very good at almost every situation against the spread. The Patriots, year after year after year, have covered the spread more often than any team in the NFL, but especially when they're underdogs. So the rare times that they are underdogs, Belichick has just delivered tremendously. He covered the spread. It's over 70% of their games as underdogs. So very impressive mark there.
Over 70%. So if you can find the Pats as a dog, jump on it because well, nothing's a sure thing. All right, so now you've got at the other end of the football continuum, you've got the Buffalo Bills. And hope springs eternal, and well, it must. But you've applied, your piece up online right now at ESPN.com and ESPN Chalk, the term train wreck has been applied to them. Why is that?
Boy, the books is the team that they're going to be rooting for every week. They think the public has just completely bet against the Bills in every possible situation, including their over-under on their season win totals. It's down to as low as 5.5 wins over-under, and that's a 9-win team last year that made the playoffs with a win total of 5.5, and almost all the money is on the under. In fact, one of the books said that they are encouraging, they are welcoming, please come bet the over.
And the invitation here, and we're going to work on those technical problems. Well, give us a sense of the landscape. We know pretty much where the 5 states, in addition to Nevada, where you can bet. But looking out into the future, weeks, months, and the next year, the next to legalize sports gambling.
Yeah, you're going to have Pennsylvania and Rhode Island get working here in the next few months, possibly, certainly by the end of this, beginning of the Super Bowl there. The next year, you're also going to see probably a dozen other states. I would think New York, Illinois, Kentucky, Ohio are going to be among those next waves to legalize sports betting. And pretty soon we're going to have more than half of the states in the nation offering some form of legalized sports betting, which is a dramatic shift and a very quickly one.
Yeah, speaking of dramatic shifts, I mean, here's Nevada, which has had basically the monopoly for so many years. And here comes New Jersey with the concentration of population and betting expertise in my home state. When will the revenue in the Garden State, aptly named, surpass Nevada?
Yeah, research firm Eilers and Krychek Gaming released a report just today that says that the New Jersey revenue from sports betting will surpass Nevada within 3 years. In 2021, Nevada won about $227 million last year off sports betting, off about $4.8 billion wagered. So we're going to see billions of dollars wagered in New Jersey in the coming years.
I'd love to hear about that Lou Reed concert in the Velvet Underground over your shoulder, but we've got business at hand. David Purdum, always great to talk to you. Thank you so much.